When we think of World War II, we often picture battles, invasions, and leaders making history on the world stage. But behind the headlines, in the shadows of chaos, some of the darkest crimes imaginable were committed. Many of these weren't acts of war in the traditional sense. They were murders, thefts, betrayals, and conspiracies hidden beneath the fog of global conflict. Stay with us until the end, because the final case may change the way you think about what really happened during World War II. This is Decafacts, and today we're uncovering 10 true crimes from World War II you never heard of. 10. Murder after the Dachau liberation. In April 1945, U.S. soldiers liberated Dachau concentration camp, freeing thousands of prisoners. But what happened next shocked even the victors. American troops executed dozens of captured SS guards without trial. Official records buried much of the story, and for decades it was considered too shameful to openly acknowledge. While the soldiers faced court-martials, most were quietly cleared, and the episode remains a chilling example of justice breaking down in the chaos of liberation. 9. The Great Gold Robbery of the Reichsbank. As Nazi Germany collapsed, its Reichsbank was stripped of billions in gold, jewelry, and currency stolen from across occupied Europe. In May 1945, American officers discovered massive caches of treasure in salt mines, but soon, large portions mysteriously vanished. Investigations pointed to Allied soldiers and corrupt officials stealing from the hoard, but no one was ever convicted. Much of the treasure has never been recovered. 8. The betrayal of the Dutch resistance. In the Netherlands, resistance fighters risked their lives to protect Jewish families and sabotage Nazi occupation. But their operations were repeatedly compromised. Historians now believe a traitor within the Dutch resistance secretly tipped off the Gestapo, leading to mass arrests and executions. Even Anne Frank's hiding place may have been betrayed by informants, though the culprit has never been definitively identified. 7. The murder of General Władysław Sikorski. In 1943, Polish Prime Minister in exile General Sikorski died in a plane crash off Gibraltar. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but suspicions of foul play have never disappeared. Many believe he was assassinated to silence his demands for answers about the Katyn massacre, where Soviet forces executed thousands of Polish officers. To this day, historians remain divided. Was it a tragic crash or a political murder buried in wartime secrecy? 6. The Black Market Kings of Paris. While Paris was under Nazi occupation, an underground network of collaborators profited by hoarding food, medicine, and fuel, then selling it at outrageous prices to starving Parisians. Some even traded directly with German officers, enriching themselves while others suffered. After liberation, many of these profiteers vanished or were quietly pardoned, leaving their crimes largely forgotten. If these stories of hidden crimes and buried conspiracies shock you, there are plenty more where they came from. Decafacts uncovers the darker side of history 3 times a week, so hit subscribe and join us as we reveal the secrets history tried to hide. 5. Operation Bernhard, the Nazi counterfeiting scheme. In one of the boldest financial crimes in history, the Nazis forced concentration camp prisoners to forge British banknotes in a plan to flood the UK with fake currency. The scheme was so successful that millions in counterfeit money were produced, nearly destabilizing Britain's economy. Many of the forgers survived the war, but justice for their enslavement never fully came. 4. The mysterious murder of Charles de Gaulle's aide. During the war, French leader Charles de Gaulle relied on a close circle of aides while leading the Free French forces. One of his trusted staffers was found dead under suspicious circumstances in London, in what was quickly dismissed as suicide. But de Gaulle himself believed it was an assassination orchestrated by rival factions, or even Allied intelligence, trying to undermine him. The case was quietly buried and the truth remains unknown. 3. The forgotten massacres of Italian civilians. As German forces retreated through Italy in 1944, entire villages were wiped out in reprisal killings. In Sant'Anna di Stazzema, hundreds of civilians, including women and children, were slaughtered by Nazi troops. While some perpetrators were later identified, most were never brought to justice, and many quietly reintegrated into post-war society. These massacres were crimes of war, but their true scale remained hidden for decades. 2. The mystery of the Japanese loot, Yamashita's gold. Legend has it that the Japanese military looted vast amounts of gold, jewels, and artifacts from across Asia, hiding the treasure in secret tunnels and caves in the Philippines. After the war, U.S. intelligence officers allegedly recovered portions of it, but most of the gold was never found. Historians still debate whether Yamashita's treasure was real or a myth, but if true, it's one of the greatest wartime thefts in history. 1. The assassination of Wilhelm Canaris. Admiral Wilhelm Canaris, head of German military intelligence, secretly plotted against Hitler and even helped Jews escape Nazi persecution. In 1945, he was arrested and executed at Flossenburg concentration camp, but rumors persist that his death was not merely a Nazi execution. Some claim he was silenced to prevent post-war revelations about his dealings with Allied intelligence. Whether patriot or traitor, his death remains one of World War II's most mysterious political crimes. World War II wasn't just a battlefield. It was a breeding ground for secret betrayals, murders, and crimes that were too dangerous to make the history books. Some of these stories are only now coming to light, while others may remain unsolved forever. If you want to uncover more of history's darkest secrets, subscribe to Decca Facts. We post new videos 3 times a week, and each one takes you deeper into the mysteries the world forgot. Thanks for watching. See you in the next countdown.